Hello and welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree and this video is a reading for the energy of Aries. For this series I am using the Ehrenberg Tarot. This is the RWS Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot, but it is called the Original Tarot and it is published by DeBry. And this is Primordial Tarot by Sergio Topi. And I'm going to use this as the oracle. Even though it is called a tarot, it is set up as a tarot. The meanings differ slightly. Will differ greatly, actually, not even slightly. The major arcana is pretty much the same, but definitely the minors are different and the suits are different. So I'm going to use that as the oracle for this series. So we're going to start off with the Ehrenberg Tarot, and as I said at the beginning of the reading, this is for the energy of Aries. And what I mean by that is that we all have Aries energy in our chart because of the house system. So you may or may not have a planet in the sign of Aries, but you absolutely have a house in the sign of Aries. And what that means to me is that we can call upon any of these energies as we need them. And some energies might be a little bit harder for us to call and use on a moment's whim, and other ones can be easier. So as with everything, it takes practice, patience, and a little bit of perseverance. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards with the Ehrenberg Tarot. Now, you know what? I think maybe I should use the Ehrenberg on the bottom. So let's draw the 9 cards first, and then we're going to draw 3 cards using the RWS deck. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on with you. So we've got Judgment in reverse. We've got the 6 of Cups in reverse. Then we've got the 6 of Coins in reverse. Page of Wands, reverse. 10 of Wands, upright. The World, upright. Page of Swords in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse, and 9 of Cups upright. Okay, so that is kind of cool. And the way that I'm doing this is definitely different. I usually draw my 3 cards at the top first. And with Sagittarius, I drew Ehrenberg Tarot with the 3 at the top. But Ehrenberg is a beautiful deck, and it's based off the RWS deck with the Pamela Coleman Smith illustrations, but it's focusing on one aspect of that image. And the way that the author expresses the whole base of the tarot, the base meaning of his artwork is that this tarot is looking at you. So you'll see that there's a lot of eyes in this deck. This is the 9 of Cups, and that man that's sitting smugly behind all of his 9 of Cups. We're looking at his facial structure, his features, his gaze. So as same with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. All right, so now we're going to draw our 3. So in this middle row here, which right now is the top, we have the 10 of Wands, which is the only upright card here. And then to join that, we have the World upright and the 9 of Cups upright. So I'm feeling like maybe there might be something that's a little difficult for you at the moment, but I see that it's going to work itself out. It is. The World is a card of I guess you could say like new beginnings in a way, but it's the experience of all the other cards, all the other major arcana, and it's the wisdom, the way that you've changed and become a new being, a new energy by all of your experiences, so that now you can experience, enjoy, relate with the world in a different way because of your experiences. Okay, so one more shuffle, and then we're going to draw our 3 main energies. So we've got the Lovers We've got Temperance in reverse and the Emperor. Oh, all major arcana up there. Okay, so let me switch our view here. And we're going to bring everything down. Down, 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 down. I was way off, wasn't I? I did a little bit of adjusting from my last video. I had to change the lighting a bit, change the camera placement. So I didn't do a lot of testing before my first couple of videos. I just wanted to get started because it's been a while, as I spoke of in my chat. Okay, so major arcana up at the top, and we've got the Lovers, Temperance in reverse, and Emperor. So there is a connection with our lovers. There is a situation in which it is unbalanced, and we can see that here with our 10 of Wands. Everything you're kind of leaning very much in one way, in one aspect, and it's creating a burden for you. Then we've got the Emperor, and this is who I call the great architect, the one who is putting everything together, who's in control, who is overseeing things and making sure, you know, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. And so oh, we have Judgment over here too. I didn't see this one. We've got Judgment. Okay, so we have 5 major arcana, and Judgment is in reverse. So, okay, I had a slight interruption. All right, so what we have, Judgment and the Lovers. So there is a connection here. So we have the 6 of Cups and we have the 6 of Coins, both in reverse. And the 6s often talk about an equilibrium, things being weighed. And so the 6 of Cups is nostalgia. And then we have, of course, the 6 of Pentacles, which is the card of like philanthropy, you know, kind of not so much taking from the rich, but the rich giving to sort of even things out. They have a little bit less so that someone can have a little bit more. And what I'm seeing here is that there is a connection, but there is a definite imbalance. And our Judgment in reverse, for me, Judgment is a card of taking stock. Are you doing things that are getting you to your goal? So the star kind of gives us our goal, right? It gives us something to strive for. What are we doing in the present so that we can reach that goal? And so the judgment is asking us to look at that. Look at what it is that we're doing. Are we on the correct pathway to achieving that goal? And what is it that we need to change about ourselves? Sorry, I'm making all these adjustments. I'm on carpet, so the casters don't really roll that well on carpet. So I do definitely feeling this unbalance here with Temperance being in reverse, Page of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the World. So I feel that working within this situation, it's becoming a burden on you, but you really do, you're learning so much from this, and you're taking a lot of the lessons that you're learning and you are applying that to yourself. Now, whether this connection is going to be long-standing, with the Page of Wands in reverse, I kind of get the feeling that this is not something that you're going to be putting your energy into much longer. Reason being is because you don't have much of this energy left. You're very burdened. You're carrying the load. But like I said, these are some lessons for you that are going to help you in the future. And even though it might not quite work out the way you wanted it to, in the end, it's going to get you to a place that you're needing to get to, a place that you are, that you need these lessons, these life experiences, so that you can go into this new world as a person and see the world for what it is, appreciate the beauty that is there. And so with that, with the Emperor here, I do feel that you're going to, with this connection here, I feel like you're going to take the lessons that this relationship is giving you, and you're going to build something that is very worthwhile. Now, we do have the 10 of Swords and the Page of Swords in reverse. So what this is telling me is that you are, what is the best way to put this? You've kind of mentally checked out of this connection already. Like, you kind of feel that this isn't where this isn't where you want to go. This isn't where you see yourself ending up. But you're there because of your heart. We've got this 9 of Cups here, and the 9 is towards the end of the cups, and the 9 of Cups is usually a card of kind of having everything that you want, everything that you need, and you're fulfilled, but surrounded by these 2 cards, with these 2 cards up above you, you're not quite fulfilled. Okay, your heart, your mind knows that it like logic is telling you this isn't what you need to have, Aries. However, you being the person that you are, and this is your card, the Emperor, right? We've got ram heads. He's sitting on a throne of rams. You, like I said, you've checked out. Okay, mentally, and you kind of know that this isn't what it is that you're seeking. This isn't the last thing. This isn't going to be what it initially set out to be, but your heart is still holding on. Okay, and I think while logically it seems like this isn't going to go anywhere, emotionally you're still attached, and that's okay, because that's what connections are for. You have a connection for a reason, and there is always going to be something that is going to call you back, and there's always going to be a place in your heart for this. Now, the decision that comes to you is, are you going to get your heart on board with this, or are you going to get your mind on board with this? And that is something that you're going to need the Emperor's energy to work out. Are you going to leave this situation because your mind tells you to, or are you going to stay in this situation because your heart tells you to? And the thing to do in this situation is to get both the mind and the heart on the same page. And in order to quell the mind, so to speak, there's got to be some more input. The other party has to take some of this burden off of you, and then the mind is going to get a little bit more comfortable. And I think that's the issue here. So if you really feel, and you do with this 9 of Cups, if you're going to stay in this relationship, the other party is going to have to put forth a little bit more effort, and you're going to need your Emperor energy to try to find the best way to make this work. The Emperor is all about building and structure and giving things a firm foundation. And And so perhaps that means going to some kind of couples therapy and really kind of understanding one another, learning some new skills so that you can navigate this relationship in a better way, so that all of the burden isn't on you and you're not being drained of energy. Okay, so let's see what the Tarot of, I almost said Tarot of the Abyss, but this is the Primordial Tarot. We're going to pull one card from this deck, and as I said, this can read as an oracle because of the meanings of these cards. The suits are not the fire, water, air, and earth. The suits are soul, blood, jewels, and nature. So a little similar, but different. And it still has the same 4 quartz per suit. It has the 22 major arcana. So it's like a tarot. It's structured as a tarot. It has different meanings. Wonderful deck, by the way. All right, let's see what we have for you, Aries. Oh, we've got the Fool here. Okay, so let's see. This is the cosmic egg. And you know, the Fool in general just means to not take too much into account of not take too much forethought. So we've got beginning, innocence, excitement, starting a new journey, a new phase in life. So I think you're at a crossroads here, Aries, and this is for you to decide if you want to follow logic or follow your heart. But there has to be a meeting of both, where both of these understand from their points of view, and both of these come to a logical conclusion together. Not, I'm going to ignore my heart and be so heartbroken because my mind says it's logical, or I'm going to follow my heart and screw logic. I'm just going to do as my heart tells me to. You know, that can kind of get us, when we're too one-sided, it gets us into trouble. So we've got to find a meeting of the minds, so to speak, but a meeting of the heart and the mind, and meeting in the center and coming to a logical, not even logical, coming to an agreement that is good for both the heart and the mind. And that is just knowing thyself in order to get there. And so with that being said, is whatever you decide to do, the crossroads that you're at, go at it in a way where you are making a decision, a square decision in which you've taken everything into account, and you've kind of looked at everything and all possible possibilities. And just be focused on what it is that you want, and I think you just can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. And if this is something like a soulmate, you know, sometimes we meet our soulmates throughout our lifetimes, and that particular life, some lifetimes are not conducive for the relationship at that time, and so we will see our soulmate in another lifetime. So just because now it's a no doesn't mean in the future it's a no. There's just some extra growth that needs to happen. And don't be afraid, okay? New things are a little scary when you've had the comfort of this relationship, and you go on to something new, or if you're staying within this relationship and needing to go deeper into the relationship, being vulnerable, don't be afraid, okay? Whatever it is, look at it as curiosity as opposed to fear, and you'll do fine. All right, Aries, that's all that I have for you today. If you know of anyone that can benefit from this reading, please share. And I will see you next reading. Take care.